Another way I like to motivate my students are with incentives. Now, if you think about it, if you work hard at your job, you get paid, right? I mean, it's nice if your boss says good job, but guys, we ultimately do it for the money. Let's admit it, or at least I do. And I love teaching, but I couldn't teach if I don't get paid, because then I can't pay my bills and all that good stuff. So that's my incentive. For a student, they don't really have bills that they pay. I mean, their parents have, but they don't. And so one way I found to get my students motivated is by giving them incentives that they would find cute. Now, some examples could be like these mini erasers. My students love them, and they come in all different designs. Now, I like to get my mini erasers from Target's Dollar Spot, otherwise known as their Bullseye's Playground, because you can get 60 of them for just $1. Now, if you were just to give your students maybe one each, that is a lot of mini erasers. So this will last a while. So whenever they have them, I always buy whatever I can. I don't buy everything, but I try to buy one of each design, just so that my students have a variety. And they always come out with cute ones. Like, they come out with seasonal ones, holiday ones, and it's cute. Like, the last ones I got were from spring and Easter. So you see the eggs, and then you see like the frogs, tulips, butterflies. There are stars, bees, bunnies. There were so many different ones, but it's so cute because the students get to see all the different ones and they get excited. So it's always fresh, always new. And another item that I just got this year are these reward certificates. You're a rock star. Because guys, my students are rock stars. It says badge of recognition to blank for blank. And guys, I don't give incentives because you got 100% and you're an A student. No, I give incentives when students are trying hard and I see it. When students are doing their best, because it takes a lot to all of a sudden decide, hey, I'm going to do my best today. I really, really want to learn. I really want to try. When I see people putting effort in, I want to reward that, because I want the students to know, hey, I see it. I recognize you. I know what you're doing, and I appreciate you. And so that's when the incentives come to play, because now they realize, you know what? My teacher saw me doing good. My teacher knows I'm trying hard, and I'm going to keep trying hard because I know somebody out there cares. And so that's why I do this for my students, because guys, I want my students to be motivated. I want them to want to learn. And so incentives, they're cheap, they're easy, and I love them. Imagine you're in a business meeting or conference for 6.5 to 7 hours straight, and all you do is listen to the person talk on and on and on. And then you talk to partners, you get into groups, but basically all you do is listen over and over and over. It gets boring. And when that happens, you start to lose your students. They start daydreaming. They start ignoring you, think of something else more fun. So that's why I highly recommend manipulatives. When my students see this, they don't see learning items, they see toys. I mean, look how cute and colorful and fun they are. And if you're wondering where you can get them, like, you don't have to go to an expensive teacher store. You can get them all over now. They have them at Target's Dollar Spot. They have them at the Dollar Tree, Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Big Lots. They have them all over, and they're so super cute and so super fun for your students. So guys, I highly recommend manipulatives to keep your students engaged and learning. I highly recommend getting yourself a bunch of books for your students to read, like all kinds of books, of course close to whatever grade level your students are at, but get some below, get some above, because you're going to have students who need a little more help, and you're going to have students who are flying high. So I recommend getting a ton of books for your classroom. If anything, even more important than manipulatives are books. And there's a good variety out there. My students love Pete the Cat, Pigeon books, Biscuit books, Elephant and Piggy. There's like chapter books like Junie B. Jones and Magic Tree House. There's nonfiction books like the ones from National Geographic. I love those. There's Fly Guy. Oh my gosh, there are so many books out there, but these are some of the favorites of my students. And trust me, guys, my books look worn out and well read because my students grow a love of reading, and it makes me super happy when they start reading a lot, because then I know I'm doing my job and they're learning. So guys, grab a bunch of books. It could be used, it could be new, but just go ahead and get a bunch, because trust me, this will help your students learn to become better readers. Another way that I like to make my classroom fun and to motivate my students to just stick with it throughout the whole day is with smelly markers. And these ones I've got here are Mr. Sketch, and they come out with the funniest, coolest scents ever. They've got like all the fruity scents like strawberry, banana. They've got popcorn, root beer. There's so many. I can't even name them all at this moment. Bubblegum. But these are so cute. And my students have an agenda that I usually fill out at the end of the day. I don't really fill it out, because if they're good, I just give them a smiley face. And if there's something going on, then I let the parents know. But otherwise, you know, they fill out their agenda themselves. And then I just mark it with a smiley face using one of these Mr. Sketch markers. And usually I'll use the thicker ones, the chisel tip ones. And my students love it. Oh my gosh, if I forget, there's always one that says, "Mrs. So-and-so, you forgot to put happy faces. You forgot to use the Mr. Sketch." They know the names of these. And honestly, I let them choose which scent they want. Like, one person will choose a scent and then we'll do it for all. But they love that. And that person that chooses gets to come up, gets to smell all of them and choose the one that they like. And then that's how we do it. And every day it changes. Every time it's a different student. So it's super fun. It's super motivating. My kids love it. So, you know, quick, easy way to get your students excited about school is with Mr. Sketch smelly markers. Love them. These next items definitely make my class a lot more fun for my students, because they see these little stuffed animals, which we call buddies, and it just makes them feel better knowing that this room is not so cold, that there are actually things meant for kids their age in here. And they love it. My students are first grade, by the way, so they absolutely love these buddies. And these are actually ones that go with books. So if you're not familiar with them, I've got Piggy and Elephant by Mo Willems. I've got Biscuit. I've got Pete the Cat. And I've got Pigeon. Now there are others, but these ones are the ones that are in high demand, because I have all of the books with these characters in them, and it kind of brings the book to life, and it really encourages my students to want to read the books that have these characters. So if you've seen my bookshelf, a lot of the books with these characters are really used up. They're looking really rough right now, but I'll just buy more, because, you know, I love these characters. They're perfect for my first graders, and I want them to develop a love for reading. Not only that, but if my students are sad, maybe they had a bad day at home, you know, maybe they're scared, they miss their mom or dad or something, then sometimes I'll let them hold one of these. Or if it's a birthday, I'll let them hold one of these. You know, there's so many ways to use this in the classroom that just makes my students feel a lot more comfortable and safe. So I love having these in the classroom. Another way to motivate students and get them to want to come to school is by having a cheery classroom, because I feel like if a student walks in and sees all white walls and gray, you know, it's kind of scary. It's kind of like going to the doctor's office. But nowadays, you notice doctor's offices are trying to make it cheery. They add kids' toys and things. That's the same idea. By having all these cute, colorful items in your classroom, all of a sudden your student sees it and knows, hey, this is meant for someone like me, my age. You know, there are things for me to play with, things for me to do. And it just gets them a bit more happier and a more comfortable in the classroom. And so I highly recommend, you know, adjusting your classroom decor so that kids know that it's meant for them. Now I got these cute borders from Target's Dollar Spot, otherwise known as our Bullseye's Playground, for just $1 per pack of 14. So, you know, it's a good deal. I mean, they have them also at Walmart. They have them at the Dollar Tree. There's so many places that have borders, but it's a quick, easy, cheap way to make your classroom look fun. And an example is my classroom right now. Looks like this. This is one of the bulletin boards. Again, the borders came from Target's Dollar Spot, but look how cute and fun and exciting that looks. Another way to motivate my students and get them excited to want to come to school is by having basic toys. Oh my gosh, like basic things they can play with. We've got Legos, I've got Connect 4, Picasso tiles, and even basic hefty plastic cups. Now, you're probably wondering about the cups. Let me tell you about that. Basically, the kids just stack them. They make towers. And something my students loved doing this year was trying to build the tallest tower they could. And yeah, after they'd build them, I'd take pictures, send them to their parents, get them all excited. And the students loved that. And then after that, we knocked them down. It was fun. We did morning bins every morning. And that's the time when my students got to talk to each other. They got to play with each other. And you know what? It was a good way for them to learn how to get along. It was good for socialization. It was good for them to think, learn how to build, you know, plan. I mean, you might just think Legos, but they're building, they're creating, they're having ideas on what they want to do. Connect 4, strategy, working together or against each other, but in a good social way. Picasso tiles, working together to build something amazing. I mean, a lot of group activity here, a lot of fun, a lot of laughter, and it gets the students ready and set for the day. It makes them want to come in the morning because they don't want to miss out on morning tubs and playing. So highly recommend, you know, spending some time in the morning, letting the students be kids, letting them play, letting them socialize and get to know each other. So I highly recommend it. I know they're toys, I know they're games, but they make a huge difference in your students' attitudes for the rest of the day if they get to play a little with their friends in the morning. You want to know another way to get the students excited to come to school? Let me tell you. You celebrate them on their birthday. Seriously, oh my gosh, this was a huge game changer. Once I started celebrating it and making it a big deal, my students were so happy. They were happy for each other as well. Like it didn't matter if it wasn't their birthday. They were so happy for the birthday person. We sang happy birthday to them. We did a birthday cheer that they chose because I actually came up with a whole bunch of them. We presented them with this little birthday certificate and goodie bag. And guys, all of this stuff came from either Target's Dollar Spot or from the Dollar Tree or from Walmart. And it's just quick and easy and super cheap. You get the birthday certificate. There's a bookmark. There's candy. There's little dough to play with, like Play-Doh. There's a pencil, erasers, cookies, all this good stuff to celebrate a birthday. And how cute is that? And then of course throughout the day the student gets to be first in line and everyone's excited for them. Now we don't pass out cupcakes here at school because it's not allowed unless it's outside at the end of the day, but I always make sure I have some kind of treat for the kids, you know. Maybe it's juice boxes and maybe it's just like cookies or something, but I make sure that we have a snack at the end of the day again, so the student knows how amazing they are, how much they are loved, and how important it is that it's their birthday. And trust me guys, this makes the students so excited to come to school. So yeah, celebrate them on their day. The next items I recommend you get to keep your classroom exciting for your students are flexible seating options. And oh my gosh, these are again another game changer. My students love it and they become a lot more motivated to sit and stay because of these items. I mean, aren't there times when you're sitting during a long conference and you just want to get up and move? Well, these allow my students to have some movement and just get a little comfy. So the first item is the one that looks like actual eggs, are called scoop chairs. I got these from Big Lots for $6 each, and I also believe I got the first set online for, I don't know, I can't recall, but they're $6 each at Big Lots. And guys, I've had them for about 4 to 5 years now. I haven't had to replace any. So if you're wondering how durable these are, they're amazing. I have not replaced one yet. So I highly recommend this for $6 each, and that to me is an amazing deal. Now, the other set of flexible seating items I have are wobble stools. I actually have, I believe, 7 of them. Oh my gosh, 7 or 8. And the ones I have are called hokey stools. There are so many, but the ones I got are called hokey stools, and they work like this, in case you're wondering. The students can wobble in them. And so if your student's fidgety or they just need movement, these are amazing for those students. But of course, I let the whole class use them. So we're on a schedule, but if a student's being really fidgety, then I have an extra, because I think I have 7 or 8. And the ones I have are called hokey stools. They're really quite expensive, but thanks to donors and Donors Choose, I was able to get all of them free. Little by little, I'd be getting like one or two, and it's slowly built up through the years. So I'm very happy with that. My students love it, and I love it for them. You know, I want them to be comfortable. I want them to have fun. You know, I want them to enjoy class, and this just makes it so much more fun for them. So here's a look at all of the items I use to keep my students engaged and wanting to learn and come back to the classroom. There are many more items out there that you can use, but this is just some of it. I mean, there's so much more I use as well, but these are some of the ones that come to mind right away. Like, it could be as cheap as just using a smelly marker and signing their agenda. I mean, students love that. Or it could be something you find around the house or home, basic like plastic cups. Let the kids build with plastic cups. Or it could be something more expensive like these hokey wobble stools, but thank goodness for donors. I appreciate it. But yeah, there's so many things. You just do what you can, find what you can, and just do the best, because trust me, students don't care. As long as you're excited and happy, they become excited. It's all about the attitude, guys. So, well, that is it for my video today. I hope you liked watching my video about different things I use to motivate my students in the classroom. I hope you like it. I hope you share it with your friends, especially those teacher friends or homeschoolers, or all of you trying to figure out ways to get your kids motivated. And if you haven't done so already, I hope you subscribe to my channel. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a great day, guys.